Hey everyone, and let's continue reading Irotoridori no Sekai. And this time we're gonna delve into Suzu's backstory. So let's not waste any more time and jump straight to the reading. Please God, if you're out there, tell me. I was writing another letter today. And COS to someone, anyone, in the outside world to tell them that I was here. Why God? Why was I born? I once said in the book that people are born in order to bring happiness to others. I think people are just born like... I mean, it might sound a bit dumb at the first glance, but that's just how it is. However, no one needed me. I could bring on happiness. I might as well have been that. I was in my house, in my pitch black room. Laughter resounded from the floor above. But honestly, I can get why Suzu feels this way. Like, we are humans, in general, social creatures, and even if we are not, even some of us are not the social types, we still need some acknowledgement of our existence, and we need ourselves to acknowledge that we exist from the outside world. Today was my younger sister's birthday. If memory served me, or was it my brother's? I hadn't known. I couldn't remember. I didn't care. This house, this world, was filled with joy and happiness, with the exception of one place, my room. I could only drown in the gloom. Unable to leave my room, I buried myself under my bedsheets, covering my ears to block out the lovely laughter of my family. There was only one thing that I could do. Open the window to my second floor room and send out in a source later. I would just call it a source, like, please. My letters were folded into paper airplanes. Was it the sugar who got her airplane, and that's how they met for the first time? From novels. So she wasn't merely sending the airplanes with some message on them. She was using the paragraphs from novels to convey her message, huh? Sometimes even the textbooks. I would tear out their pages, fold them and send them out from the window. Maybe she didn't really think it through, like, and just did it in the spurt of a moment. The message was written in black marker. So she was writing her message on top of them. I see. Please, someone noticed me. Being imprisoned in this room, that was the sole way for me to plead for help. My door was locked from the outside. I couldn't even recall how long it had been since they first shut me in here. I shut my eyelids. Darkness, it's completely pitch black. All I saw was darkness. An endless void. Please, someone, mom, dad, please, please notice me. Everyone did not exist. See, I had been born healthy and robust. However, my younger sister or brother, whichever they were, they had been born with a very sickly constitution, and most likely her parents spent most of the time caring for them. And thinking something along like Suzu is healthy and so on, so she can be alright on her own. My father said to me, never mind. You wild witch, you sucked away this child life. The dude on the bastard is on crack, like what the hell he was taking in before talking to his own daughter, like I swear. Before we had to clear candidates for forward of the worst grandmother ever, like now we have the perfect data for the worst data of the year. My mother said to me, and probably the mother as well, knives and scalpels won't pierce your skin. No matter what type of a pain is inflicted upon you, you don't die. Just what on earth for you? I told a child born from me. So what? She's still your child, like what the hell? Like what the actual fuck is going with these people? If you can call them people in the first place. My parents always eyed me fearfully, like was some sort of a freak of a nature. To them, I was not a fellow human being. I was not their child. They regarded me with such a hatred and contempt, like I was the spawn of the devil, but that's about what kind of power she has. I mean, it's really some healing or regenerative power, but like, is it the same kind of nature Shinku's power in the colorful world is, or it's a different one? They got me with such a hatred and contempt, like I was the spawn of the devil. They knew that wasn't true. It couldn't have been. I'm just abnormally robust. I hadn't known why. All the scientists and doctors and curious people who examined my strange body all came to the exact same conclusion. No an explanation. They were frightened of me. They eyed me like I was some rare specimen. Misunderstood me. She kinda reminds me of Minamisawa scenery from Chaos Child, like is this big story of hers, like is how she was alienated from everyone and kept as a study subject. And her parents are crazy as well, like. Basically, at least there was excuse for her parents being dumb cultists, but here they're just the scumbags themselves without even without being brainwashed. Like, just understand me, mother, father. Even though my body was wrong, my mind was so very fragile. During kindergarten, I tried hard to get them to pay attention to me. I cried. That didn't work. They first acknowledged me. During elementary school, I tried to be a good girl, and it didn't work. I wanted to be prized and loved by everyone, just like my sibling. I had just been born. That didn't work. Well, figure it out as much. My product cars, overset days, would be thrown right into the garbage can. During middle school, I was subjected to intense bullying. My girl can't catch a break, like damn. I wasn't punched or kicked, or forced into self-harm though. It wasn't any kind of a physical abuse, but it was the shitty type of abuse, the mental one, like. Instead of all my peers, simply ignored and ostracized me. I came to my mother and father seeking help, and what help? They probably were happy, like, with everyone around them acknowledging that their daughter is some demon. At that point I realized, because they're beyond any help. The fuckers are really on in the head. At that point I realized I received the same treatment both here and everywhere else. No one, no single person would acknowledge my existence. I always wondered why I was the only one who had to suffer for this. I hate you, mom and dad. Sometimes I screamed out. No wonder why. They would always respond fuzzily. Oh, isn't that a coincidence? I hate you too. Then, why don't... Why don't you just kill yourself, like? Holy shit, like... What's even wrong with... I don't even want to call them bosses anymore. They're clearly just... two pieces of shit, like... Hey, we certainly don't want you here. Your body is strong, too strong, so without anything we would... the tribe would work. So instead we will simply lock you away in your room. Be a good girl in there and wait until you starve to death. Haha, aren't we such great parents? Oh, of course we are, dear. We love our little child so much. Why don't we take back the vitality that vile witch sucked from her younger sibling? Truly, dear, the fact that we are willing to sell our hands for our precious child is a testament to the strength of our parental love. Will you really make me butter, One-chan? Really? Thank you so much. I hope... Crap, even, even the kids are wild. The wild beasts. I hope you die as soon as possible. It's just insanity. Like, straight up insanity. From that point on, I stopped caring. Someone, anyone. I sent out another paper airplane that day. There was no name or address. I didn't care who picked it up, as long as someone did. Please, someone noticed me. I was stuck here, I was trapped here. My arms and legs were bound by chains. Please, someone, anyone, I beg of you, please acknowledge me. My mind was always tormented by those thoughts whenever I would send those letters out. I wasn't necessarily asking for someone to come and rescue me. All I wanted was from them, for them to know that I was here. Sure, I brought happiness to no one, but I was still here. I was alive. Still, my hope was waning. I sent out more letters than I could count. However, no response had come. God. God must hate me. That what stuck with me, always and forever. The switchy chains sucked at the warmth from my skin. But for what? For what's the stupid god would I hate her? I mean, the god... if... well, we have Yuma as a god, but like... The dude was just too busy with the library of the Beyond to hate anyone. The switchy chains sucked the warmth from my skin. I wonder if he even understood the concept of hating someone back then. Then one day, a response came. The thing I had been waiting for so long came during one of my usual sleepless nights. I'm so hungry. Just as I was muttering to myself, a paper airplane flew through my open window, drawing a gentle arc across the air. I hardly opened it. What was written within? I had to know. My heart anxiously pumped faster and faster. I hadn't once considered the possibility that someone might have found one of the letters I had written by accident and thrown it back up here on the whim. You should treat books with more respect. Sounds like a sugar to me. One single sentence was written. Like I can imagine the guy with a dry smile on his face. And sketching the back of his head. I was so elated. It felt like someone was actually speaking to me for the first time in my entire life. I wondered who they were. I had to know. With that in mind, I wrote up my reply immediately. I'm so lonely. I've always been alone. There always will be forever. It hurts. It hurts so much. Please save me. I don't want to be alone anymore. I sent the paper airplane back out of my window. This was the only way for me to contact them, unfortunately. A few days went by and finally the reply came. Come to my house. I shot off my house barefoot. It's the dorm. What is this place? I arrived at an old one building. Something magical had happened on the baby she let me here. The headers on the paper airplane had glowed, morphed into luminescent butterflies and guided me here. In order to follow them, I tore off the chains, impaled me and jumped down from the second story window like... I thought she was meaning the chains in a metaphorical way. Yeah. They just this nutcases went all the way out. To make my your life unbearable. Like holy shit. I landed on the solid concrete. I didn't get injured at all. You're right, mom and dad. Must really be some sort of a monster. One of the butterflies then disappeared from the entrance to the building. Are you in there? Are you the person who replied to my airplane message? I followed the butterfly into a room. Right upon I met the person I had been searching for. Yes, Shigeru. Welcome. I have been waiting for you. I take it that you are my pen pal. My pen pal. He was exactly the type of kind-hearted individual that I had envisioned him to be.
だけどダメだよ。
Gosh, it
今
it
後
has
破
been
っちゃ
so
いけない
long
な。
since the last time we saw Sugar in the game. I'm just glad to see the dude again. No, really. Shouldn't read Papa books like that. It's not nice. Told you, like, it's straight up out of this playbook to say such a line. I was so happy that I broke into a tiny smile. On the day 4, I began to secretly live in that building. The old, dilapidated, dilapidated, okay, like, that's quite a word. Student dormitory. Hey, can I tell you something,
聞いてよ
mister?
おじさん。家でこんなことがあったんだよ。
Ah, so she's calling him Oji-san. You will never guess what they did to me back at home. That's why I was so sad and depressed all the time.
そうか。
Hmm. He would always lend me an ear when I wanted to talk. It made me happy. He didn't pity me. He listened patiently and attentively to my selfish, childish assertions. Responded once I was done. Every single time he would say,
そうだね。
"Yeah, I understand." Coupled with the note, the how tears his replies they still warm to my heart like nothing ever before had. Someone was making a conscious effort to understand my struggles. Someone was paying attention to me. That fact brought me so much joy. Still, even so, there was a time whenever I would cry. All the pain and loneliness would come rushing back to me and overwhelm me.
おじさん、教
Tell
えて
me,
よ。
mister, was it all my
私が悪
fault?
いのかな
Was
私だけ
I
で
as
そん
civil
なに
as
悪い
this
のかな
Sata? Please, please tell me.
教えてよ、おじさん。
They're all just thrown in the head, like.
私
Did I do something awful to them without realizing
わ
it?
からないようなことを間違ってるのかな
Like exactly what? just by existing, like what? Like what the hell?
だからこんなに
Is that why God is tormenting me so much?
神様に意地悪
And screw the God as well, like. Sometimes I had been so unbearably depressed. During these times, he would always say to me this,
大丈夫。
everything is going to be alright.
大丈夫
It will.
ああ、
Sure.
君は君だ。
I,
そのままで
you are
何の
who
問題
you
もない
are, and there is not a single thing wrong with that. Don't worry, I haven't harmed
何
anyone.
も何一つとして君は間違っちゃいないよ。もしも神様
Even
と
if
いうのが
there
い
is a
るな
God
ら
out there, he would
その
never
人は
hate you
君
for
を
being
嫌いに
who
なん
you
てな
are.
らない。
I guarantee
それ
you.
は絶対だ。
You have nothing to be ashamed of.
だから何も心配することはない。
And my dude Shinku is just keep patient, like.
それでも
If there are
神
people
様が
who
認めているそ
call
の
you
ま
a
まの
demon
君
in
を
spite
悪
of
だ
that,
という
then
人間がい
they're
る
the
んだ
ones who are wrong, not you.
それはその人自体が何も分かっちゃいないんだ。
どういうこと
What do you mean?
人間は誰
All
だって
humans, me and you included, are perfectly
僕だって
imperfect.
君だって不完全だけど完璧だ。
Man, I wish we would get to see more of Sugar in the game. You know, his appearance in the game quite as parodical in a way, but I enjoy it every time I see the guy around. Like,
何が不得意だろうと
No matter what
何が
flaws
足りて
they
いなかろう
have,
とも
no matter
そこ
what
に
they are
適応
lacking,
しながら生きている
humans continue to live and
ただそれだけの
live
こと
in
で
spite of
完璧
their imperfections.
と
That to me
僕は
is
信じ
what
てい
makes humans so perfect.
るだから
So take
君
pride
は
in
君で
who
堂
you
々として
are.
いれば
Who
いい
and what are you? If there are
そんな
people who
君
can't
を受け
accept
入れら
you,
れない
so
ような
be
人間は
then so be
君
it.
とはただ単純に相性が悪い
Not
と
everyone in this world is
それだ
meant
け
to
の
get
ことだ
along. Just my guy is my guy is philosopher.
そういうわけだから
Take this words to
君
heart.
に意地悪をする
You
よう
don't
な
need to
誰か
bother
の言う
yourself
こと
with
を
anyone who
相
treats
手
you
にする必要
unfairly.
はないって
Simply ignore them
僕
and
は思うよ
go about your life without them.
無視してしまえよそんなものはと
Sorry, maybe that was a bit
少し言葉が乱暴に過ぎた
presumptuous of me to say. I didn't mean to speak
君
ill
の
of
お
your
母さんお
parents.
父さんのことを悪く言ってしまったかもしれないね
Nah, they totally deserve that themselves.
そんなことない
No, that's fine. I don't mind.
おじさん
So, Mister,
私は
I'm going to be
大
alright,
丈
won't I?
夫なんだよね私は私
I
で
can be me and everything will be alright.
あ
Yeah,
大
but
丈夫だ
you
よ
can.
だからこれから君
Just you
には
wait.
いいことが
You will
たくさん
surely come
起
to
きるよ
experience all sorts of wonderful things in your life soon.
いいことが
Wonderful things.
ああ辛い思いをした子は
Yeah.
それだけ
Do
た
you
くさんの
have
幸せを
one for a fair
胸
deal
の
for
中に
suffering
溜め
now?
込んでるも
It
の
only
だ
means the potential for happiness later
神
on
様は意地悪なんかじ
in
ゃ
your
ない
life.
からね
It's not much greater. God is fair and loving to all his children after all. That's where we would agree to disagree with Shigura the matter, but this how the Gata has been in the game. I'm not sure he's fair and loving to all of his children, but well.
だからこれからは
So don't fear.
いいことばかりが
There
君に
are
は
many
起こる
wonderful things in store for you.
そして君が
As soon as you
望めば
desire it, you can
君は
become
もっともっ
a
と
much more beautiful and
魅力的な
appealing
人
human
間に
being
なれ
than
る
you already are.
そうして辛い思いをしなくても幸せ
You
に
will
な
learn
れ
how
る
to
方
find
法を
happiness without
君は知っていくんだ
having to pay a price for it.
大人になるってのは
That's what the process of
そういう
growing
こ
up
とだ
means,
と僕は思う
at
よ
least to me anyhow. But here he is extremely based once again.
だから大丈夫
So everything will be just
大
alright.
丈夫だよ
There's nothing wrong with you. You're perfectly fine as you are. I'll say it once more. You have many wonderful things awaiting you later down the road. The man ruffled my hair as he said that. It was a little embarrassing. It was too old for that sort of a thing. But at the same time, I was over the moon. But the thing was,
おじさんに大丈夫だよって言ってもらえると
whenever he tells me that everything is going to be alright,
胸が痛くなるよ
my chest aches for some reason. His assurance gave me strength. It was like he was casting a magical spell on my heart.
大丈夫
I'm alright. I
大
think
丈
it's
夫だ
going to be
よ
alright. Fine as I
私
am.
は私で大丈夫だよ
Every time these words passed through my lips, I couldn't help but smile. And I like it when Suzu smiles more than when she's trying to hide someone, like just being gloomy. And we have a nice transition going now. Sometime later, I was feeling awfully depressed on this particular day. The rain. The rain was pouring down. I was in room 203, the room that the man had presented me with. When I woke that morning, I found myself without the motivation to get out of the bed. Maybe I just feel like. The morning was supposed to be a time full of rebirths and rejuvenation. But to me, life just felt too difficult for me to be.
どうしよう
What should I do?
おじさんに
I'm creating
迷惑
problems for him by being
かけてしま
here.
った
Apparently, some of the neighbors reported that they sighted a young girl quickly entering and leaving this old shabby building, and why is she? The thing I'm wondering now, like, if that's what happened, why she was wearing the school uniform all this time? Just giving a lot of room for such questions to pop up in the first place. They fear that the suspicious middle-aged man living there had kidnapped her and was doing unspeakable things to her. That's not that kind of a game. And I'm glad that it's not. This young girl that they spoke of was clearly me. A while after, a number of intimidating uniformed man stormed into the building and carried the man away. Oh no. It had been 1 week since the incident. But why they didn't even question Suzu about anything? That sounds pretty weird to me. Like, he had yet to come back. I've been hiding in here ever since, so that the man in the uniform who bashed in wouldn't find me. If they caught me, I would be hauled back to that place. I couldn't bear the thought of that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, mister. I'm just a burden to everyone. I will never ever forgive. I will never ever bring happiness to anyone. I felt as though this was a message from higher power that I was no longer allowed to live in this world. The din of the rain, the dimness of the room, the humidity sticking to my skin, it all only served to amplify my depression. Man, I hate this so much. It's killing me. Why does the day have to be so long? Each passing minute, each passing second, time was moving so painfully and agonizingly slow. And agonizingly slow. All I wanted was to disappear. I could do nothing for anyone. I was useless, so the guild is just eating her from the inside now. Oh, my body was abnormally robust and I hated it. Dying would be difficult to accomplish. So I decided to follow my mother's suggestion and slowly starve myself to death. Jeez. One would shed a single tear if I died anyway. But Shira would. Like, I clearly can see Shiguro breaking down in the panic and blaming himself for what happened. In fact, people will probably rejoice. In a cruel twist of fate, it would be the first time I had ever brought happiness to others. Screw the others. I buried myself underneath the covers. No matter how much time passed, I never seemed to develop an appetite. If I made another paper airplane and sent it off, I wonder if it would reach him. Maybe I couldn't even muster up the motivation to do that. I shut my eyelids. Then I prayed. If he was right, there was any potential for happiness nestled within me. We'll use it all up now. Just please, let him be safe. Several days passed. The man had still yet to come home. At that point I began to dream. Please, let him come home. After sending that letter out of my window, he received it and came running. He came home safe and sound. Then he ruffled my hair, thanking me for saving him. That was the dream I had. And it didn't happen, did it? Did Shinku die in the prison cell? Like, I'm gonna be mad. Like, if that's how they treated my dude in this crap of a world. Like, I'm so stupid.
みたい。
Open my eyelids. Why? I should have known that a situation of that kind would never happen. It was time for another long, grueling day.
おはよう。目覚めたかな？
Okay, here he is. Good morning. Are you awake now? At least the man is back. Huh? It was him. He was standing right before me. I like how he suddenly appeared right in front of her. They're just like sugar spin. Santa asked him how he had gotten back, to which he replied that they finally let him go, though it had taken quite a bit of convincing. There was numerous bruises on his face. This suckers, like... Did they hit you and beat you because of me? I asked. Was it my fault?
バカだな君
Oh,
は。
don't be silly. Of course
そ
not.
んなことあ
It's
る
like
は
that
ずないだろ
don't happen anymore.
そういうのは今の時代にありえないよ。
That's something straight out of
I don't
the last entry.
そう思うだろ？ ちょっと連
I
中と
just
は
had to
話
prove
があ
my
って
case to them, you see?
なか
They
なか
weren't
返
that
しても
keen
らえ
on
なかった
letting
ん
me
だ。
go home. I mean, they probably needed someone to throw in into prison cell, but like they might have lacked anyone fitting for that in that moment. And as soon as they heard about the situation going with Suzu and Shigure, they just lashed on the case to get the numbers up. At least that's how I imagine it going with the stupid policeman. He was lying. I knew he was. I wrapped my arms around him and cried a bit. He showed me the back of my head. When said that I had lost a little weight and asked that I had eaten anything this past few days. As he buried my face into his chest, unable to reply.
約束してく
I
れ。
want you to promise me something.
君は
Please,
もっと
take
自分を
better
大
care
切
for
に思って
yourself.
ほしい。僕よりも先にどこ
Don't
か
you ever
遠くへ
think
行こうと考え
about
ちゃ
harming
ダメ
yourself
だ。
and leaving me behind?
もう二度と
Never again.
そんなこ
Are
と
we
考
clear?
えるな。君がいなくなったら
If I lost you,
僕は
I
と
would be
ても悲しい。
devastated. His voice cracked a little as he said those words. My feelings. My feelings for him were... The day he came home, I realized it. I truly did love him. That was why I couldn't suppress those feelings for him. Because of my age, there was no way we could be together. Despite that, though, I would make sure to tell him daily that I loved him.
うーん
And he was probably really confused. I liked the way he would smile at me awkwardly. Again and again, I claimed with confidence that I would marry him one day. She doesn't even leave any room for the man to play it in the same way. Well, what do I
どうしようか。
what do I say to that? I love the way he smelled Bashuli. I adore it.
おじさん、
Hey, when I'm older,
私が大
will
き
you
くなった
marry
ら
me?
私と結婚してくれる？
My girl is just relentless, like. She just keeps and keeps asking him to marry her.
そうだな。
Well, when you're
Well,
older, you probably have
大きく
alone
なったら
forgotten
ど
all
このことなん
about
か
me.
忘れてるさ。
そんなことない。
No, I would
そんな
never
ことない
forget
よ。
about you. Whenever I declared my love for him, he would say, "Oh goodness," and scratch the back of his head. That was his habit, I noticed. I knew it. So it really was his habit, even in the real world. Like, it was adorable. Whenever I saw Lon, I would try and copy him. My love for him grew and grew. At some point, I had developed that exact same habit myself. I would rub the back of my head just as he did. Either I was eating or anything else. I was beginning to feel bad about myself. I was beginning to love myself. I could feel his presence within my heart. For the first time in my life, I was really honestly happy.
どうして
Do I have to be a
私が
kid?
子供なのかな？私もおじさ
I
ん
wish I
と
could be the same age
同
as
じ
him.
くらいの大人だったらよかったのに。
If only we had met in some other timeline.
私、
I wanna grow up
早
as
く
soon
大
as
きくな
possible.
りたいよ。
I wanted to show him what the adult me would look like. And I didn't change much. Even in the other world. Sugar is still sugar.
おめでとう。
Happy birthday. It was my birthday. A day that I would never celebrate with another person before. He was the first to ever say those words to me.
何歳になったのかな？
How old are you now? I whispered my answer into his ear. Into his ear.
驚いた。
Oh, whoa.
思っていたよ
You're
り
much
ずっと
younger
若い
than
な
I thought.
そうかな？
I am? I wasn't used to having someone celebrate my birthday. I reckon he wasn't used to it either. We said nothing more than to one another after that. However, the evening we spent watching the candles until they burned out was a pure bliss. I then confessed my love to him, which is much more sincerity than any of the times previously. All he responded with, though, was the same awkward smile as he stroked his head. I'd seen him do this a million times, but that habit of his appeared much more adorable than ever that night.
私は本
I'm
気なんだよ。
serious. I'll do anything
お
for
じさん
you.
のためなら何でもできるよ。
Yet,
どうして
why won't you accept me?
どうしてダメなの？
I cried, asking whether it was a problem of my age. He simply shook his head with a dejected look on his face, as he assured me that it wasn't the case.
それじゃあ
Then why?
どうして？
誰が僕み
Just
たい
don't
なや
believe
つを
that
好きに
anyone
なる
could have such strong feelings for a guy like me. Let out a chuckle trying to mask his discomfort. That was when I realized that he was just like me. We were the one and the same. I wasn't quite sure what had spurred this on, but I felt a sort of a kinship with him. I wasn't the only one. There were other people out there in this world who felt as painfully lonely as I did.
私が好きだよ。おじさんのこと
I love you, mister. I really, really love you.
大好きなんだよ。
After that, I kissed him. He told me not to do that. Don't push me away.
ダメだよ。
No, please. Please don't do that. Come tomorrow, I will be.
明日には僕はもう
Come tomorrow. Is Sugar on the verge of being whisked away by the gata? The next day. shoot. God had taken him somewhere far, far away. All that was left in the manager's office was a single white feather. That and one morphine. I let her place atop the desk. I'm sorry. Those were the only 2 words I written. I wept. It was all too much. I hadn't been able to repay him for anything. It had been taken from me. It was so despicable. The happiness in my heart had disappeared. Perhaps I had expended all out of it on the winner for my birthday. Mister. I like this mister, I just want to call him Oji-san, like she does. When I closed my eyes, I could see that a blissful time we spent together, no matter how short it may have been, flashing before me. That quiet evening when we had watched the candlelight together. I was happy. A damn god took the only person she had. Those words left my lips on the side as I once again spent the day reading. He would collect so many books in this dormitory. It had been several years since he was taken. By now, this town, this country, this world had been become a sad, desolate place. I searched and searched. I need to find a way to bring him back. In my quest, I read books after book. There is a sorcerer who dwells in the book. Oh, so the rumor went. The rare book was what I was searching for. I wanted the sorcerer to grant my wish. Wait for me, Ji-san. I'll come and save you. I promise. All I wanted was to thank him. The next time we met, I would be much older. I'd be an adult, and he would accept my confession the next time. I love you. I love you, Ji-san. I summed the book shut. I think it's Oji-san, like, after all. All of a sudden I was feeling terribly tired. Upon closing my eyelids, I lived that wonderful, blissful night. And the bell. When I opened them again, I was in the heavenly library itself, and that's how she met us for the first time. Before me stood a god. The very being who had taken the one I had loved away from me, and he said to me, I want to fall in love. And she said, screw you, like. There's sadness in his eyes. He requested my aid in escaping from this place. If I can find love with you, I will. I was. Oh boy. There I go, dredging up the salt embarrassing memories again. What kind of an idiot I am. Oh, the last time for me to reminiscence. Sitting down in the window sill, I guess out into the night. Suzu really come the long way. I squint my eyes against the silver light of the moon. The first, she was hating our gods, like really hating our gods. But we grew pretty close with her. throughout the entire game. And here we are. I squint my eyes against the silver light of the moon. Then I stare out at the pair as they walk further and further away from me, hand in hand.
おいおい
Come on now,
そんな
don't
に
walk
体
right
を
next
寄
to
せ合っ
each
て歩
other.
いてちゃ
You will
危
trip
ない
and
じゃない
topple like
か
that.
今にこけるぞそんな風じゃ
I can't help but break into a warm smile.
見てられないな
This is so hard to
なん
watch.
だよあのぎこ
They're
ちない
walking
感じ
stiffer
は
than a pair of robots. Maybe they're robots in disguise. And it was a futuristic story all along. Or maybe some weird simulation going. I burst into laughter. They were like two innocent grade schoolers, holding hands with someone of the opposite sex for the very first time. Nervousness is apparent in each step they take. In fact, I feel embarrassed just watching them. Well, maybe what I really mean to say is I feel jealous. Where is Shigure? Can't we give him back to her? Like, I'm jealous of them. Everyone else. I think it's about the time we save the world and help bring all the people back. Because there was no one in my life like that.
ゆうくん
Never let go of
そ
your
の手を
hand,
離すなよ
Ayukon. The man I left never
大好
accepted
き
me,
な人を
so I hadn't
振り
fulfilled
向か
that
せられ
wish
なかった
of
私の
yours.
代わりに
Find what I couldn't.
その願いを叶えてくれよ
What I wanted to do for Kanoi Yuma was this. He had tried to wipe Nikado Shinku clean from his mind. In doing that, he hoped to fulfill his promise to save all the children who were taken away. It was the secret method which he had never divulged to me. And though I was supposed to be his ally and his partner for all of this fake world, the colorful world. When Shinku made use of her power, the members of her vessel, Yuma, would be consumed in return. Well, that wasn't the most precise definition. More accurately, when her power was used, he would lose his memories, beginning with those pertaining to Nikaido Shinku. That was how he had designed himself in this fake world.
忘れる
You'll forget her.
加納上優馬は
Using her power,
二階堂真空を
Kana Yuma will forget Nikaido Shinku.
力を使えば使う
That is the intended effect of the power, but also, I keep wondering what we're gonna do with us having only 3 hours left before we're gonna forget Shinku and everything else that happened in the past again. It helps him to forget the person whom deep down he doesn't want to forget. Yuma had written himself that so that he would have a tendency to misuse that power. As for Shinku,
そして
he wishes to
真空の
to
願い
fulfill
は
the wishes of everyone
みん
else.
なの願いを叶えること
In the process of fulfilling that wish, Yuma would inevitably use Shinku's power and his most precious memories and feelings would rot away. His line of thought was probably that if he forgot all about Shinku, he would never fall in love with her again. Because he knew that falling in love with her was something he absolutely couldn't allow himself to do. And he still fell in love with her anyway. Not only now, the method yet hidden from me, but the reason behind it as well. Yeah,
そうだな
it's funny how things work out. Honestly,
そんなバカみた
you
いな
told me
方
that
法なんかは
had given up on love, and I ripped apart your memories in response. I was certain that I would destroy. I had destroyed any possibility of accomplishing that the other method as well. If I had realized everything sooner, though, perhaps I could have truly gotten rid of it. I can tell now that what I did wasn't nearly enough. Because ignorance wouldn't prevent the root cause of it. You stayed blissfully unaware of how precious that person you wanted to forget was to you. Then you would surely repeat what it happened in the past over and over again. I realize it now. The fact that I hadn't thought of that is proof enough that I hadn't grown up. I can smile ruefully at myself. Still though,
確かに君がずっとずっ
you really had forgotten about Shinku
と忘れたま
forever.
までいられたらそのようにして
Then, in the end of your life, you probably would have been able to return to the library,
君は君の目
just as you
標
had
通り
planned.
あの場所に帰れただろう
But now our memories got in the way. So, what are we gonna do? And how are we gonna get out of the situation we have in hand? Like,
そうして約束通りあの場所
following
に
that,
連れて行かれた
I'm sure you
みんな
would
を助けられた
have
だ
been
ろう
able to fulfill your promise and save all the people who had been taken there. If, as I learned when I glimpsed within your memories, the sole way for all humans to eventually end up in the beyond is through death. The act of giving up. In order to reach the gates of the Heavenly Library, you would need to give up on your wish. That was why Yuma declared that he would give up on his love. I understand exactly why he said that, what he did to me. I'm going to change my wish. I just couldn't accept him doing that. Which was why I made a tiny alteration to Shinku. If I can carry the Shinku in this world. I made it so that she could speak to me in addition to Yuma, as a precaution in case anything dire ever happened. Then, just as I had foreseen, the time came when Yuma forgot all about her. It was during the summer of 1 year ago. During that time, for the first time ever, I finally read those memories of Yuma's that had torn out of the book. I read them despite the fact that I didn't want to become an all-knowing god, despite the fact that I wanted to stay rich. Either way, that was how I came to learn of Yuma's plan to use Shinku's power in order to forget her. That in addition to his true plan to reach the beyond. I wanted to give up. I wanted to give up on love. At that point I said to Shinku, "You must sign to wipe you from his mind. You can't let him give up on love." Upon that, we set our plan into motion. Our plan to have Shinku disappear from his side. We did this before every last memory of her could be wiped from his mind. At that time I lied to Shinku. I told her that if Yuma wished to find love was fulfilled, Shinku's soul would be able to reach the Great Library of the Beyond. I also told her that in this life, human souls are able to reach the Beyond once they fulfill the wish that they wanted to come true from the bottom of their heart. That's a lot of lies going. Those were both lies. Yet I told them to her, someone who wished to save her beloved children above all else. Also, it's kind of ironical. I think just how nuts she was with us at the beginning. But now she's even lying for our sake. You're the person who Yuma loved above all else, Nikai Shinku. All I wanted was for Yuma's wish to be fulfilled. That was why I lied to her. Shinku wasn't suspicious in the least and believed me readily. It was when I realized I knew that fulfilling Yuma's wish truly was my role in this world.
ごめん
I'm sorry.
ごめんなゆうくん
At least Suzu finally lived up to the title of the Liberator. And if the sole person she liberated was Yuma himself. I'm sorry, forgive me, Yukon. Shit goes well. I'm sorry for not telling you the most important thing. I couldn't do it, I just couldn't. If I told you what Yuma truly was planning to do, it would have destroyed you.
ごめん
I'm sorry, Yuma.
見えっ張り
My
な
pride
私だか
prevented me
ら
from apologizing to you face to face in the end.
君に面と向かって頭を下げることはできなかったけど
But what even is gonna happen from now on? Like,
私は本当に
but I have done something
君に
really
ひど
terrible
い
to you.
ことをしてしま
Something I
っ
will
た。
likely regret for the rest
そ
of
れ
my
はず
life.
っとずっと悔やみ続けてきた。
I let my emotions
どうしよ
get
う
the
もな
bad
く
of
感
me.
情的になっていた。おじさんを連
No
れ去
matter
っ
what
た
I
君
said, I just couldn't bring myself to forgive you for taking him away from me.
だから
It's why back then
まだ
I
ガ
was
キ
still
だ
a
った。
kid.
お前も
I
大
forced
切
you to
な人が
undergo
目
the
の
same
前で
painful
奪われる
experience of
悲
having
し
the
みを知
people
る
you
と
loved, kind of me, or
カ
taken
ナ
from
が
you.
言おうが
I specifically waited here in this very room until that
目
happened.
の前で連れて行かれるその経験をさせた。そうなるまで私はここで待っていた。
I really am a fool, through and through. What kind of person gets the hellbent on
私は何
revenge?
様のつ
I
も
just
りだっ
have
たん
known
だろう。
better.
誰かを
I
私
judged
の
you,
顔で裁くよ
acted
う
so
に
stuck
真似を
up
して
in my only
吐き気が
righteous.
する。
Makes me sick.
ほとほと呆れ
You're
果
so
てるくらい
woefully
の曖昧
ignorant.
さだ。それを
I've always
ずっと
regretted what I did to you.
後悔してきた。カナが
The sole person to blame for calling me or being taken it was
連れ去ら
me.
れて行ってしまったのは
I turned a blind
そ
eye
れ
to
を見
it,
て見ぬ
but I
ふりを
always
していた私のせい
castigated
な
you
の
and
に
made you feel responsible.
あんな風
I
に
had the right
君
to
を足
spit at you and treat you
汚
so
く
coldly.
罵ったりなんて
Feel guilty then so was I, if not more so.
私も君と同罪なんだ。
That's exactly why.
君一人
You
で
didn't need to
責任を
shoulder
負
the
おうとする
responsibility
必
all
要
by
は
yourself. Certainly not if that
それも
when giving up on
自
you
分の願い
wish.
を諦めてまであの場所に連れ
Please,
て行か
let
れ
me
たあ
take care
な
of
た
the
たちの
kids
こ
who
と
were taken away.
どんなに時間
No
が
matter
かか
how
って
long it
も
takes, no matter how challenging it will be to
ど
save
んな
them.
に難しい方法だったとしても
Is Suzu going to the library beyond herself?
あの子たちを助けるから。
Is what we're getting to? Like, I make it happen.
だから
So go and live freely.
君は自
That's
由に
what
生きろ。
that's my wish.
それが私の願いだ。
Am I sticking my neck where it doesn't belong? Am I in the honor? Have I gone not too far? I have no doubt that the answer to all of this question is yes. However, I have fully convinced myself that this is going to be my final job, not as a witch, but as a liberator, and the job is gonna be a splendid success this time. Even if I'm not entirely sure where it's gonna lead us. That's who I am. I exist to set your heart free and save you from your suffering. Also, this CGI looks as a pretty like. Yep, even though you're going through a fair deal of suffering now, it really means the potential for happiness later on in your life is that much greater. God is fair and loving to all his children after all.
届け。
Go. I sent another paper. I played enough line from the window. How long it has been since last I did this?
あなたへ届け。私の幸せ。
Take my happiness. May it reach someone out there, in some world, who is alone and suffering right now. I was never able to make use of the happiness allotted to me, so I will give it to someone else. To you, who find yourself unable to sleep at night. To you, who wake up in the morning crying without knowing why. To you, who look up at the skies asking God why you were born. To you, who spent the afternoons questioning is there anyone in this world loves them? Do you who feel so insignificant and worthless? And see no light in the end of the tunnel? Please take this gift of mine. I send this happiness to you, which I have spent so long fostering lovely inside of me.
どうか神様。
Please God, I beg of you.
お願いします。今日
Grant them
この
their
瞬
wishes
間
and
から
everything more.
君たちの願いがより多く叶えられますように。
A colorful world. Alethea. Is it the final chapter, like? I think it's it's gonna be the final chapter. Also, I'm pretty sure Alethea is the name of the OP zone for Sekai. Okay. I shut the book in my hands. The colorful world, and that's the end of the work. But not the end of the story, as we know. The book that I wrote my diary and it's in the book which only lots of times had thought I belonged to Shinku. Dawn will soon be upon us. You can already see the faint glow of the morning sun as it starts to poke its head out over the horizon. Susan ushered us out of the dorm, and we now ended up here, in the place in Shinku's dream. I'm still holding onto her hand, and I won't let it go.
手をつなぐとね、
Oh, and
心
it's
と
I again.
心が
Whenever you
つな
hold
がる
hands with someone, it's like your hearts are connected to. Closing my eyes, I hear those words as a face flickered across my mind. Holding hands connects your hearts.
あ
Oh, yeah. I see they used to often say that.
あ、その時は
At first, I thought
ただ
she
の
was
のろけ
just
のようにしか
talking
聞
some
こえなか
romantic
ったけど、
nonsense, but now
でも
I can sort of
今
understand
は
what
その
she
気
was
持ち
talking
もわ
about.
からないでもない。だからこうして手をつ
That
ない
was
で
why I
いれば
held your hand
い
this
つ
entire
か
time.
必ず
But this
心が
entire
つなが
year,
ると信じてた。
when you stopped being able to see me,
ユーマが
I believed
私
that
を
if
見
I
えな
did,
くなってしまった
one
こ
day
の
our
1
hearts
年
would
間
connect again.
ずっとずっと
Do you think they did connect? Yeah, it's a long time to forget about someone.
さあな、
Who is to say?
どうだろうな。これから
Surely we can start testing it
それを
now.
確かめに行くんだろう。
Don't you think? I focused intently on her hand, earnestly hoping that she can feel my love for her through the tiny force of my squeeze. Then think back to the dream of hers I saw.
私はきっ
I'll
と
more than likely remain
誰も
alone
好
for
き
the
に
rest
な
of
る
my
ような
life.
ことはないよ。
Whenever I glimpsed in your mind, I realized that the source of your voice was here, in the very place I'm standing in right now. You said that you would be alone for the rest of your life. You were speaking to somebody then, and you had the saddest expression in your face. I now know who that person was. Kind Yuma. Not me, but the true Yuma. Shink was acting swords toward him. Upon realizing that, it is again. The aching in my chest. I want to acknowledge it. I want to accept it, but it's taking control of me. I can't take my mind off it. You had feelings for your childhood friend Yuma, but he chose to marry your sister I instead. That's why you said what you did to him at that moment. It was your broken heart speaking out.
お前は
You're such a
本当に
fool,
バ
I
カだよ
swear.
な。
I feel a slight excuse from your hand.
あちらで私
How
は
many
何
times
度
did
も
I
前
make
に
this
言ってい
perfectly
たじゃ
clear
ない
to
か。
you? The feelings for Yuma, the other Yuma,
私はユーマの
not
こと
you,
は
weren't romantic in any way,
お
shape
前
or
じゃ
form.
ないユーマのことだぞ。別に恋
Yeah,
愛
sure.
対象だとかに捉えた覚えは
Sure they weren't.
ただの一度もないんだよ。
If not, then why did you? Your statement raises a myriad of questions in my mind. Why did you look so depressed and hopeless in that dream? This is the first answer I need. Without it, I won't be able to move on to my other questions. Shinku had said that she would be alone for the rest of her life. The look of despair on her face at that moment seemed to suggest that it was because the person standing before her would never reciprocate her feelings.
単純に
Honestly, I think I was
二
simply
人の
jealous
こ
of
とが
them.
羨ましかったん
I
だろ
had
うと
found
私は
someone
思うよ。
whom she loved ideally.
ああして生
Loved
涯
her
に
just
寄
as
り添い
much.
手をつ
They
ない
would
で歩い
spend
て
the
い
rest
け
of
る
their
大
lives
切な
together,
人がで
holding
きた。
hands with, as she puts it, the hearts are
心
connected.
と心をつないでね。
But they didn't get it. Get to do it as we really got curious about the love and barged in with our questions of why.
でも私は
But me, I had no one like that.
そういう恋愛ごとには疎いから。疎いどころか
I didn't understand love. In fact, I had largely given up on it. Because I concluded it was too difficult a thing for me. I would rather tackle the most difficult scientific portion than try my hand at love. But deep down, I think I was actually lonely. Afraid that the two of them would leave me behind eventually. Also, at that time, I just remembered something that Aya had once told me. She chided me saying I was going to end up old and alone. That kinda hit me weird, much as it wasn't like me to care about that sort of a thing. Maybe she was right. I didn't have any other friends besides the two of them. So if they left me, I thought I would be all alone. So that's what I meant when she said that Shinku is in a lot of ways is like us. That we would be able to get along with her just fine. The thought of that scared me a bit, and back when I saw those words, it really hit me that it was a real possibility. This was before I had met Kana and the other kids, you see. My sister had been by my side every day up to that point. She would always spend time with me and look after me. But I realized that sooner or later, this was going to change. He was going to take her away from me one day. That was when it really hit me. I was alone. I had no one in my life, and never would. Really hard. Back when I peered into your mind, it was just before summer break started. Yeah, I believe so. You claimed that you didn't dream and that your memories were just as fuzzy as my own. But that was a lie, wasn't it? Were memories which were supposed to be fuzzy and full of holes? The images I saw in your dream were far too vivid and detailed. It was half-life. It was half a lie. Part of it was a true. Could you explain? The me who exists in this world was created by the witch Natsume Suzu. I'm a special copy like none of the others here. You see, I'm connected to the me who is still under a deep slumber in the real frozen world. So she is still connected to the real Shinku. Do they share memories with each other? And the feelings like? Or how it even works like? You're connected to her? Yes, I'm fake but also real. My theory is that those memories you saw in the dream, you're connected to the me who's sleeping in the real world. And now that I have a real body here, as you can see, I think my connection to the real me has become more prominent. Natsume Suzu said that she would grant me a body if you remembered me. So in that sense, she called the real me from the frozen world over to this one. Is it really so like? How does it even work like? I'm kinda confused here. Why did she have to do that? Was necessary so that I could fulfill your wish, which is fall in love. Huh? Well, according to her anyhow. Susan told you that? Alright. Because you created those silly rules like making me invisible to everyone aside from you, forcing yourself to lose memories of me every time I made use of the power. Natsume laughed and suggested that I make you fully regret every time to forget about me. I just know that the real me can feel this too. When I hold hands with you like this, you must be able to feel the sensation just as I am. Alright, let's leave it at that. We can continue this conversation another time, okay? For now, let's just go and fulfill our wish. Our wish?
そう。
Alright, both mine and yours.
私たち
How
の
much time do we have left, by the way?
残り時間は
Less than 3 hours. 2 hours and a half, maybe. Like, open up the book I received from Susan. The day will be over in.
これから
From
私た
this
ち
day
は
onward, you and I will always be
ずっと一緒だ。
together. The exact hour, the exact second when the younger me first met you. That's been our day, our special day, time together. This world will come to the end. If I stay here with her any longer than that, undoubtedly I begin to prioritize my own wish again, consciously or not. So I have to do everything I can. We have 3 hours and that's more than I thought. I have 3 hours and 20 minutes remaining.
そうか。
That doesn't give us much time to learn what love is all about, huh?
時間があまりにも少ないな。
We just need to speedrun it.
それじゃあそろそろ
Well, shall we get going?
私たちは
Love is complete mystery to
互い
both
に
of
恋愛
us.
のことには非常
In
に
I way similar to in that
私
regard.
とユーマは
So
そ
know
の
exactly
考えて似た者同士だ
how
から
you feel.
よくわかる。何をすれば
I haven't
恋となる
the
のか
foggiest idea.
何を感じれ
As
ば
of now,
恋
which
と
actions
呼
or
べるの
feelings constitute love?
そういうも
So,
のを私たち
with
は
that in the
知らない
mind, Shinku continues.
恋人同士でやる
Why
こ
don't
と
we
は
start by doing all of the
とり
things
あえ
that
ず
couples
二人
usually
で
do,
全てや
then
ってみよ
we
う。
can go from there.
まずは
You want
そ
to
こ
do
から
everything
か
that
な。
couples do?
そう
Exactly.
思いつ
If
く
in
限り
everything
の
that
手
we
当
can
たり
think
次
of.
第にね。
Who knows? Maybe we'll
そうする
discover
こと
through
で
love through this
ユーマ
over
は
the
恋
course of
する
it.
ことを知ることができるかもしれない。さあユーマ、
Alright, Yuma.
恋
So,
人同
what
士
do
は
couples
何をや
usually
るもの
do?
なんだ。
From this day, from this point onward,
私たちは
and
今
I,
日
the two people
ここから
mutually in love.
この瞬間から愛し合う者同士だ。
There's 3 hours left. We don't have much options left. Is the deed coming? Like, that sounds a little dramatic. I find myself breaking into a smile. That's really how relationships work. As one person just all of a sudden declare it to the world.
じゃあどうするんだよ。
Well, fine. How would you how would you go about it, so? The person who lives at me.
何も知らない私たち
Both
の
of us are
中
completely greenhorns.
最初はこれくらいが適
I
当
mean,
な
what?
んだ
I
って
figured this
私は
would be the
思う
best
け
way
ど
to us to start things out. Are you sure?
ああそうさ。
Sure, why not?
だ
So,
から
Yuma,
ユーマ
now that you and I a couple, there's one thing that I want you to
私
tell
た
me
ちは好き合う者同士ってことだから、
that we love you.
まず私はお前に言ってもらいたいことが。
Shinku?
ん
Maybe only one, been a little self-conscious about the whole thing. Shinku looks up at me with expectations, it lash in her face. I saw those words she is waiting for deep within my heart. Because the moment they leave my mouth, everything will come to an abrupt end. Still, alright, let's do as many fun and wonderful things as we can, because with the time we have remaining. I couldn't completely deny her request, and the fact alone speaks to many lingering regrets I still have with regard to my love. And we have another nice transition going. Hey Shinku. What is
どう
it,
した
Yuma?
ユーマ。
We walk through the streets together, basking beneath the light of the morning sun. Our plan is to buy Shinku some clothes. This is going to be our first and last date. The only date, like GS. But how we retained our memories? That's the question on my mind. Like, so we wanted to get I hope we get in the explanation for this later on. We wanted to get you something new for the occasion. Instead of having her wear the same old uniform.
二人一緒に
How about picking our clothes for each other? Isn't something that couples usually do? I mean, who cares what some couples usually do when it's the only us around, like. They just do what we want. She had tilted her hat basically as she asked me that question earlier. So I know we are here to buy clothes. Right, but there's no one here. Let's go there. We'll just borrow them. Even though this is the shopping district. Some such reason, there's no single person other than us to out and about. What does it say in that book you have got? Open up Shinku's book. What's the colorful world? We've been hot. What is it? Well, I think Susan had us fooled. On the page open in front of me, it says that now we are in the only two people who exist in this world. Which means I'm here all alone to guess with the girl I want to fall in love with. Seems to be the final choice presented to me by Suzu-san. Do I choose Shinku or do I choose the children? She more than likely thought that we'll choose Shinku if she forced us to be alone together during our final moments. So is the world just going to stay empty forever? No, just until our time is up. We still have just over 3 hours. Ah, I see, it's oh, I don't see. Like, why? Why now it's a bright day, but we still have 3 hours left? Or is it because Suzu adjusted the world for us? Once that's over, then no matter what I choose, everyone will go back. Or at least this would explain why now it's a bright day. And we still have a lot of time left. I will revert 5 years into the past. Question could be with me at that point, or will I be alone? I need to use the remaining time. I have to decide. Do I give up or do I not? Do I save everyone or do I leave them? I see. So just you and me today. That's fine though, isn't it? I think it makes things much easier for us personally. We won't have to worry about being bothered at the very least. So you're fine with that? Sure I am. What? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't want to be alone with me? That's what your face seems to be saying, at least to me. Of course I do. I shake my head. It's got nothing to do with you. It's just the thought that we are the last two people in the entire world makes me feel a little sad. Makes you feel sad? Yeah. I still have you here with me, and that's more than I could ever ask for. It's just, I continue. Everyone else is gone. Kana, Mio, Ayumu, Tsukasa, Kyo, and I guess So-san too. I just feel really sad and lonely knowing they're gone. You guess it's Natsume Suzu. I mean, you never know with Suzu. She nearly spits out in the laughter. Well, yeah, that's just how a relationship is. It's an expression of love. But humor. Oh. He's even pitching us our cheek, damn. She pitches my cheek, What was that for? You know exactly why. Remember you and I are a couple. Yet now when we are alone, you're professing your love for another woman? You need to learn to have some tact. Whoa. Is Shinku so jelly? Are you jealous? And if I am, I will refrain from commenting.
なんだよそれは。
Oh, come on. She purses her lips indignantly. So what do you wanna do? Shop for the clothes still?
ああ、そうしよう。
Sure, let's do that.
でもこんな
I don't
状況
think
じゃ
we'll technically need to
お
buy
金を
anything,
払
you
って
know?
買う必要はなさそうだけど。
What do you mean?
いいものがあったら
If we see something nice, we'll just borrow it. Yeah, let's just borrow it, like. Because technically we don't even have to buy anything, like. There are not a single soul left in this world beside us. Also, hey there, whoever watches me right now, and feel free to write, to hit me up in the chat, like. You mean I basically steal it?
この後に及ん
Are you
で
really going to lecture me about morals with the world in the state it is in? A few minutes later, we arrived at the clothing store. What's the matter? I thought you said you wanted some clothes.
それはまあそうだけど。
Well, yeah, I did. I've never seen you looking so grumpy before.
どうしよう。
I'm just far
思って
worse
いたより
doing this
私は
than I
こうい
ever
うのが
mentioned.
苦手らしい。
Worse at what?
服を買ったり
Shopping for the
するのが
clothes, obviously.
こんな買い物は
This is
全部
always
妹
bought
に
my
任せてき
outfits
たん
and
だ。
whatnot for me.
自
I've
分で
never
好きな
once in my
服を
life
選んだ
gone
り
to a
したこと
store
なんかないんだ
and
よ
picked out
私は。
something myself.
だから何を選んでいいものかまるでわ
I
から
have
な
no
いん
idea
だ。
what I'm supposed to select.
目がチカ
How
チ
to
カしてた。
decide? It's like I'm in some foreign world.
ああ、お
Hmm.
前の言いたいこと
Don't
はわか
bother.
る。
I already know what you're
そ
going
れ
to
くらい
say.
妹に
I
任
think I
せ
should
てな
have
い
bought
で
my own
自分で
clothes
やれよと
instead
思
of
って
being
るの
lazy
も
and leaving it to my sister.
私だってそう思う
Look,
さ。
I don't disagree, just
こういう場所そのものが
quite
苦手だ
difficult
った
to
ん
even
だ
be
よ
inside
私は。
places like this. It feels so
おしゃれな
fancy
場
and
所
flashy
は息
that
が
I get
詰
an
まってくる
awful
し。
headache. I can relate in a way, like. Buying clothes, and right now them in the store could be a major pain in the ass sometimes. Especially if you don't have even in slightest idea about what you're gonna choose and what do you even want. Look all this fancy, man. You can even handle some store out in the country like this. Then I shudder to think about what happened if we went to some fashion outlet in a big city.
バカにするなよ。
Stop making fun of me. She glares at me.
今だって十
I said I
分
couldn't handle it.
不
It's
足
just a
しそうだ。
giant hurdle for me. Well, I think that's much better. I smile slightly and nod at her. Alright. In that case, why don't we select something for you? Just go wait in that changing room over there, and I will bring you what I find.
うん
Hmm. She trots off to the changing room. Then I browse around and find something I think would look good on her. Try this one on first.
ああ、
Okay. I pass it to her through the curtain.
もう言うま。
Yuma, what kind of a sick
What
joke
the
is this?
hell
Did you get it on? Should I prepare? I don't know to save the day or not. Like,
一応。
yeah, okay. I'm opening the curtain. Just in case. Like.
お前はバカだろ。
Okay, never mind. Yeah, safe. At least for now. I stupid or something. She looks at that embarrassed. But why this color swimsuit from all of the things? Lips are pursed and her back. But at least I could respect his son's choice, even if it's beyond my understanding. Her lips are pursed and her back is the man has got his priority set, like, and her back is hunched over as she screams, making her tiny body look even smaller.
どうしてデート用の服を買いに来て
水着を着せられなくちゃいけないん
I
だ。
thought we came here to buy an outfit for me to wear on our date. So why did you hand me a swimsuit to try on?
なんだよ。
What?
何か言えよ。
Say something. You make me feel like I'm
私
idiot
がバカみ
here.
たいだろ。
Sorry, I was just taking it back how great you look at that. Honestly, I wasn't sure if you were going to put it on.
私はそんな
Do you even
お
know
前
how
に殺意を覚えて
vehemently
いる
angry I
の
am
か
at you right now? I didn't mean anything by it. Remember that time we all went to the beach together? Back then we were kind of upset and you said that it wasn't fair.
ずるい。
What? Because you wanted to swim too.
覚えて
You
る。
remember the strangest things? Well, a lot of my memories came back to me, and needless to say, even pretending you is something I'm not going to forget.
ああ。
Still though.
どうして今ここで水着なんだよ。しかも
Why would you decide to make me wear this here?
チョイスがおかし
Last
い。
of everything you could have gone with
でもマ
this
ニ
whole
ア
swim
の
shirt.
変態なのかよ。
Tell me this is some fetish of yours you wear. Yes, we are. So I just kind of grabbed it without thinking. Although the bigger question is why the store sells something like this in the first place. That's a good question. And there's supposed to be something I worn at a school. Shinku? You know, I hate anything and everything perverted. Oh, come on. Surely there is nothing perverted about a simple swimsuit. Ask off. Though I won't lie, it does look great on you. I really like that look. Her gaze immediately drops to the floor. And if I'm not mistaken, there is a slightly rosy tint to her cheeks.
なんだよ。
What? That's all you have to say? My girl is greedy. For our price. Huh?
なんでもない。
Never mind. She quickly closes the curtain again. Okay, that was cute.
次。
I happened to
なん
get
で欲しい
something else, please. Got it. I pick out something new and hand it to her. I think this will really look good on you. I can hear her changing inside.
どうしようよ。
I think I might need help, you, man. I am preparing Nala. Like, she's back. Cause I feel like we are getting to the age, you know, as the matter.
着方がわ
I know how to put this on. The thing I just gave you?
あ
Yeah.
こんなの着たことない
I never worn anything like this in my
どう
life.
なってるんだろうこ
Where
れ
am I even supposed to put
構
what?
造が複雑だ
It's way too complicated. You're having trouble, sorry. And I picked it out for you, but I haven't got any clue what to do either. It's hard for me to even imagine how it's supposed to be worn. To be expected, of course, since I've never worn girls' clothes myself. That should go without saying, and I'm glad that we avoided this type of stuff in the game. Because personally, I'm not a big fan of this type of drop. Is the man closing? You usually just pull it over your head and you're done. I guess just honestly assumed that all closing was that way. The only reason I picked it out was because I thought it would look good on you. I didn't realize it would be so much of a hassle for you to get it on. Should I come in there and help you? Shut up.
どこを見ら
I'm
れ
not
る
letting you see me naked. Alright, I'll keep waiting out here then. Oh, okay.
なるべく
I'll
早くする
not,
から
not to take much longer. The sound of rustling closes resumes. Okay, I think we're still safe for the time being. I close my eyelids. What? Upon doing so, a flower of sky appears in my mind. There is not a feather inside. I get the feeling that I used to do this often when I was trapped in the great library of the beyond. I found myself struggling to get through the long, grueling days. I would lament the fact that I would likely never see blue sky again in the dream. At this point, I begin to ponder my position a bit more. The reason I had to keep dying, it wasn't necessarily because I needed to retain my memories from present into the future. Well, maybe in a sense, Retaining my memories could be seen as something necessary. If I wanted to become as similar to humans as possible, that is. I should be able to store my memories far more than a day, as a direct consequence of being unable to leave that place for so long. I was confined here for tens upon thousands of years. Just how long we lived in this world. In this world, I mean, by this world here, I mean the real world, like, not the colorful world. We can't lead. Everywhere I looked, was nothing but books. Every day was a carbon copy of the prior one. It went on and on. It was never ending. That prison was unbearable hell, especially for someone coming in with a sound state of mind. When I first arrived there, my predecessor told me something. Forget everything. You'd be confined there for all eternity. Each day would be identical to the rest. So trying to remember every specific detail would be a fool's errand. Told me that I would begin to lose my sanity if I did. Hence, forget everything. Instead I was to consider myself a robot without autonomy. I would carry out the task, beginning repetitively and meticulously, again and again and again. Otherwise, I would lose my mind within a year. He told me that I would be imprisoned in that place, and he could find my own successor. As long as the doorbell remained, my fetters would not be undone. Because of that, I had to call upon the power of the library to rid myself of my own humanity in order to protect my mental state. And that's how we ascended to the godhood in true sense of the word. Thus I threw away my natural, innate ability to create and store memories. Unlike my predecessor, I found enjoyment in the time I spent there. That enjoyment came mostly from the conversations I had with the souls who arrived at the library. Asked them about their hopes and dreams. Asked them about the time they spent with their loved ones. Then asked them whether or not they would like to eventually be reborn in another world to fulfill their new wishes. Whenever I spoke to them, I would feel so envious of their lives and experiences. So I decided that if I were to ever reborn as a human again, I wouldn't give up on my own dreams like I had before. I mean, I don't mean to be more on my situation and guy who is me. I'm not lamenting over it. It's just a simple vow that I would make the most of life when the misfortune comes my way. So please, God, if you're listening, I was never able to become a true God, but please, ask that you give me one more chance. Despite my wish, I was fully aware I was asking for the impossible, but precisely because of that, whenever I had an impactful encounter that I wanted to remember, I would write it into my diary so that it would never escape my mind. I wanted to remember that all humans had a heart, and were intelligent and precious people. No. Keeping a diary was how I retained my memories. It was the act of writing in and of itself which was crucial. Diary itself could vanish. All it mattered, as long as I wrote, it didn't matter where or what I was. Although my habitual diary, writing here in this colorful world had more purpose than a solid data. It wasn't solely to preserve my memories. There was a reason that Shinku also insisted on upon the entry for every day, never skipping. It was so that I could finish the story of the colorful world and turn it into something which was real. I had written the story for the purpose of giving up on my love. To Shinku, however, the story existed for the purpose of me fulfilling my love. The same story, but two entirely contradicting purposes which it was told with. Not only contradicting, but like clashing with each other. Both of those were true, yet at the same time false. The diary existed in this fake world to breathe in life into this half-hidden story, to complete it and give it a conclusive ending, a true end. At that point, this world would become the real world, and I would finally be able to return to the library. That was why, on top of Susan stealing my memories, I had a subconscious desire to not give the diary form. The point of the story was to wipe Shinku from my memory. But I did the opposite. The truth was, I didn't want to give up on my dream. Yet, I had programmed myself into this world, so that I would frequently misuse Shinku's power and have my memories of her be consumed. It was bluntly contradictory, fully illogical. That's just how love is. Yet in spite of everything, the story of this world is now pushing its end. All that is left, abandoning my love and changing my wish. As long as I don't succumb to my feelings for Shinku within this final sliver of a time that Susan given us,
終わったぞ。
I'm done. She opens the curtain. Just in case, like.
苦労してやっと切れたんだけど。
Okay, never mind.
どうかな。
Finally managed to get it on. And look to weird, do I? This is much, much better than a school swimsuit, like. It really fits my girl, like, not gonna lie. She looks, darn cute in it.
なんだよ。
What? You can't even give me a comment? Sorry.
脱ぐ。
I'm taking the...
もう脱ぐ。
Don't take this out. Don't take this out. At least, ask her. At least tell me to be prepared before gonna do it. I'm taking this off. I'm done. Your eyes begin to water. What? But seriously, can we say something at least, like, why are we just standing around? What?
やっぱり嫌だ。
I don't like it.
私にはこういう
You
の
have to
似合わ
tell
ないん
me.
だ。
And I look awful in
ま
it.
あそう言って
It's sitting over your face.
孫にも衣装
I think I
と
look
か
like
そん
some
な風に思ってるん
bumbling
だ。
county lass,
着替え
don't
なん
you?
かしなければよかっ
Should I
た。
put it on in the first place? Just say something human. Damn you, like. Wait, hold up. I don't think it looks good on you. Okay, that's more like it. Really, really good. In fact, it suits you far more than I ever thought it would. So I was just stunned into silence for a second when you first opened the curtain. She's still grumpy. It's never enough, Shinku. Glares at me, so the wish all I can do is really green.
本当か？
Are you telling the truth? Yeah, I promise.
私にこ
I look good in this dress?
似合ってるか？
Absolutely.
嘘じゃない。
You're not lying to me. No, of course not. I would never lie to you all people, Shinku. So, Huh? I was about to say that's a dress, right? Is it really that difficult to put on?
うるさいな。
Oh, shut up.
着替えること
It's
自体
been a
が
long time
久しぶり
since
だったんだ。
I've been able to change your clothes. Of course, I'm going to have a few difficulties here and there. Alright, I guess that makes sense. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if she had to learn how to breathe again once she finally got her body back after so long without one.
それじゃあ
Shall we get
早速
going
行こ
then?
うか。
Let's freaking go, like. Sure, I'm ready if you are.
残り時間は
How much time do we have? 2 hours and 38 minutes. I'm really precise with this. I have to make my decision within the time period. Do I choose Shinku? Oh, my promise.
なるほど。
So roughly 2.5
2時間と
hours.
30分。
Great.
十
That's
分
more
だ。
than enough. Let's make the most of it and
Sekai,
unravel the mystery of love
楽しもう。
together.
そして
I take Shinku's
私
hand
と
and
お前で
head out of the
恋する
store.
ことの難題を解き明かすんだ。
We walk along the beach, shoulder to shoulder. Now that Shinku had gotten an outfit for herself and we decided to tackle the enigma known as falling in love, it was time for us to discuss where to go next. We had never ultimately figured out where we're supposed to go on a date. The beach is pretty good place for the date, so like. What's on with going to the beach? And what are you supposed to do? You just have some nice stroll on the beach. The time we have at our disposal is less than 3 hours. That's when the day ends. Shinku and I here all alone in the colorful world. Everyone else has already disappeared. Even so, we have no way to extend the time we have remaining. It's just steadily ticking down as we speak. I wish I can fulfill and I wish that I cannot. I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place, truly and honestly. This must be how God feels. There's children all across the world praying to him, asking him to make their wishes come true. It has to be mentally exhausting. Who does God pray to? Who grants the God's wishes? How can someone unable to even make his own dream come true give those children everything they want? Perhaps he's here out there somewhere, kind just like the rest of us. Just like him, I'm currently struggling. I'm burdened with the task of choosing between two things, knowing I can't have both. I have to make decision to stick with the Shinku or not. Or rather, to choose Shinku or choose her wish. I can simply choose to live as I have been anymore. No, not after learning who I truly am. And about the promise that I made to Kana. I already came to my decision ages ago. I shouldn't have to brood it on it any further. I wanted to forget Shinku and give up on my wish, but it's our feelings that are now getting in the way. That was my answer. I made sure to keep it with me all this time. I knew what I had to do. All I had to do was to forget Shinku. Give my life to its end, and this would be all solved without any complications. But Susan, she got in the way, and here we are. She really overstepped her bounds this time. Thank you. Because of you, I'll be able to experience just a tiny amount of happiness in what little time I have remaining. If I had known that we were coming to the beach, I would have brought that swimsuit alone. Shinku muses as we walk, holding my hand all the while. We know that you don't come to the beach on a date without going for a swim. Yeah. Although that swimsuit was totally too embarrassing for me to wear. So I'm kind of glad I left it. Well, no one but me would have seen you in it. What's the problem? It's got nothing to do with it. Basman is just a cut and dry issue like that. Oh. So what do you propose we do next? I know I said that it was not enough time earlier, but on the second thought, it really isn't. I can think of anything we could do either. That really is tricky, isn't it? For me, just being together with her is enough. Even though I can somewhat sense her impressions by the way she is holding my hand, perfectly content as is. This sensation might not be real. Even if it isn't, even so. The fact remains that Shinku is here with me. That's all I ever wanted. I don't need anything else. Hey Shinku, can I ask you something? Sure, what's your question? I was using your power to get rid of my memories pertaining to you. I bet unconsciously. You were aware of that, weren't you? Yeah, Natsumasu told me. In that case, why did you never say anything about it? Even just try to stop me. Because I thought if I was with you, then it would only make it more difficult for you to really fall in love with whoever you want, whoever you pleased. Yeah, can you explain? I wanted to fulfill the wishes of all my children, included. That's why I wanted to teach you about love. Okay, now I'm convinced that she is the same Shinku from the real world. You know, just a carbon copy of him. That was twisted for this world.
だから
That was why I had
ゲームが
hoped that I would
私の好きなあ
fall
の
love,
子たちの誰かと付き
although
合えるようにと
a certain part of me still does. It's that it's so simple. That's why I had hoped that I would fall in love with one of my precious students.
恋する気持ち
I
を
thought
知
that
れた
just
なら
simply
それ
experiencing
で
that
ユー
feeling
マ
of
は
being
願
in
いが
love
叶
would
うんだ
cause your
と
wish to be fulfilled.
そう思っていたからだからさ
Think about it.
それが
Wouldn't
叶っ
want me
た
by
な
your
ら
side
私が
all the
そば
time
に
if
いた
you
ら
fall in love with one of
邪魔
them,
だろ
would you?
そういうわけだか
So I
ら
think that it would
好都
actually
合
be
だと思った
for the
んだ
best if you forgot about me.
だから
It's the reason why I
どこ
never
に私を忘れようとするユーマ
felt
の
the need
行
to
動
stop
に
you whenever you used my
いちいち
power in
苦
order
言
to
を呈
lose
す
my
る
memories
必要も
pertaining
ない
to
と
me.
思うから
I'm not following your explanation. Like, how does it even make any sense? If she wanted to be with us, but at the same time she let us do the opposite. Although I was still going to reprimand you for acting rashly, of course, Shinku continues her face downcast, but we think about her own wish to make your students happy. Well, then kinda makes sense. But she mumbles.
まさかお
I
前
never
が
expected you to develop this sorts of feelings for me.
私とそういうことをしたいと思っていたなんて
It's so strange. Now that I think about it, perhaps it was Shinku who caught on to my intentions before anybody else. I plan to forget all about her. Maybe she knew everything from the very beginning, before Susan ever mentioned anything of it to her. Think back to the distant sadness I saw in her eyes every time I used my power. I can't help but consider that possibility as the truth. Yuma, do you remember me, Yuma? Yuma. Yuma. Please, Yuma, I'm just asking that you value yourself more. However, I don't feel like pressing her on this issue at the moment. Oh well, even though I haven't any concrete proof whatsoever, I will just believe it to be that way for now. I strengthened my grip on the Shinku's hand. The warm hand on the person who will teach me that love. What love is.
ユーマ
Yuma?
見
Yeah?
ろ
Look at our footprints
足跡がついてる。
behind us. Ah, oh yeah. I turn around to see two pairs of footprints stretching along the sand. It's a shame that we don't have CGI here. Like,
これまでじゃ
because I would love
想
to
像
have
もできなかった
CGI
よ
here.
なこういう
You
の
have
は
never imagined that I would be able to leave
私はずっと
footprints so
半
old,
透明でしかいられなかった
some days since, you know, never had a real body this entire time.
なんで黙るん
Why are
だ
you
よ
keeping the quiet? I
別
wasn't
にユー
saying
マを
this
責め
to
たり
pin
し
the
てる
blame
んじゃ
on
ないん
you.
だぞ
Yeah, I know. I smile at him. Oh god, the wind turbines again. Wind blows past us from across the ocean. Wind turbines lining the mountainside turn peacefully. No longer serving the function of warning us of a danger.
神様と
As I was
二人
walking
で
along the beach with the
浜
god,
辺を歩く
as the dark sky flashed hints from my life. Shinku suddenly begins murmuring something under her breath.
見上げた空
The
には
last scene of my life
これ
flashed
までの人生が映し出さ
before
れ
me.
る
I looked back at the footprints in the
人
sand.
生最後の
I
時
noticed that many times
浜辺に残され
you
てい
should
るはずの
monologue in
私と神様の足
yourself
跡は
right in the present
一
moment.
つしかなくて
Jeez, that many times along the path of my life, especially the very lowest and saddest times, there was only one set of her footprints.
神様どう
God,
して
listen why.
私が
When I
一番
needed you
辛
the
い
most,
時
you
に
would leave me.
私を
You
一人
whispered, my
にした
precious
のです
child, I
か
would never leave you.
でも神様は
But
言
they
いました
hacker.
決し
Shinku?
て妹が好
This is
きだ
from
っ
a
た
poem
詩の
that
一節
my
だ
My sister
とて
love.
も綺麗
I'm
な
just
詩
a
だよ。
non-believer myself. I can see the
生きる
beauty in
勇
it.
気が湧いてくる。
It has such an inspirational,
まあ新論者
uplifting
の私だ
message.
けど、まあ悪くはないかなって思う。浜辺に足跡が一つしかない
The
のは
funny verse goes like this.
お前が
In
一
trials
番
and
辛い
testings,
時、
you saw only one set
私
of
がお前を
footprints.
抱き上げて
was
歩い
then
ていたからだってね。
then that I carried you.
そんなオチがつく。
Kind of fitting for our situation with the Shinku. With the entire game.
そして今、
Here I am right now
私
myself,
は確
walking
か
on
に
the beach of Visgat.
神様と浜辺を歩いてる。
But this entire time she felt more like a god. Your sister both. I will tell you what I told you. I'm not a god. Yes, not. Plus,
そう
Shinku,
だったよな。
you're the one walking by my side. You've been here for me this entire time. Throughout this entire year, even though I couldn't see you. Instead of carrying me, you held my hand. So I narrow my eyes against the sea breeze and, gazing out over the horizon, as I ask her, Hey Shinku,
なんだユ
what
マ。
is it, human? Do you despise me?
ユマを恨む。
What do you think
Toaster?
I would? Why do you think I would? Didn't you say before, Shinku, that you would never ever forgive the person responsible for stealing your sister, Yuma, and all your precious students away from you? But it's like, your sister Yuma and all of your precious students away from you.
あ
Said that you were going to roughen him up, which I thought wasn't very ladylike of yours to say.
あ、あの子たちを連れて行
Look,
ったのはお
you're not the
前
one
じゃない。
responsible for taking them away. It's
お前
I'd be
が管
probably
理していた
having.
本屋の力
been
が
gonna
混乱してし
have,
まっていたんだろ。
That's the cause of everything, right?
その混乱の
Even
理
if
由
I
は
can
私
explain
には
why
分
that
からない
happened, I
け
know
ど、
that's the fact.
それが事実だ。
Do you see what I'm saying?
そうだろ。
No, I'm talking about before all of that. Was the one who took your sister. I took her willingly. In the account of my past that Susan read to me, you declared that you would never forgive God. You never forget God for taking your sister away from you. That God you were speaking of, that was me.
そうか。
Alright. How about this?
分かった。
It's time to beat the crap out of us. Here she comes.
お
What?
前は私
We
に
just
殴ら
heard
れた
that
い
you
んだ
want me
な。
to punch you. She danced deeply before letting go of my hand.
覚悟しろよ。
You better be,
きついのを
better
変えて
get
やる。
your teeth, because I'm not going to hold back. And that's how we're gonna die. You feel slightly makes contact with my cheek. She has to stand on her tiptoes so that she can reach. Are we that tall, like? Also, or she's that short, like? Oh, it didn't hurt physically, but the emotional pain's too deep. See?
宣言通り
I
ぶん
haven't
殴って
you
やっ
up,
たぞ。
just like I promised.
これで
So
チ
we
ャラ
win
だ。
now. As far as I'm concerned, at least.
私
I
はこ
find
れ
is
で
that
満足
personally
だ。
feel much better now.
あ、それにきっと
I has probably forgiven you for what you did too. I know she would.
そんな気がする。あの子がいつま
It's
でも
just
いつ
like
ま
you're the
でも
type of person
一
who
つのことに
the
こだわっ
guys
て
forever now.
恨み事を口
I
に
always
しているような
think
タイプ
Irotoridori,
に見えるか？
No.
だろ？
See?
それに
Also after I
お
heard
前と愛
what
が
you and
あの
I
場所で
spoke
話し
about
てい
in the
たのを聞い
library,
てたら、
I just sort of
な
found
んだ
myself
か
not
全
caring
部
about
が
the
ど
whole
うでもよく
issue
なったんだ
anymore.
よ、私は。あの子は
Wasn't she just the brightest,
明る
sweetest
くて
girl
可愛い子だった
I've
ら、
ever met? Yeah. I think I mentioned once to I. She was acting so bright and positive that I almost had trouble believing she was truly that.
だよな。
That sounds about
ユーマ
right.
の記憶
But
が
the
夏
same
目
thing
す
when
ず
I
に朗
heard
読され
Natsuma's
ていた
story
時
it
に
aloud
私
to
は
your
思ったよ。
memories. She was straightforward and
どこに
optimistic
行
no
っても
matter where
あ
she
いつ
goes.
は本当にあけすけで
Never ceases to amaze me.
すごいやつだ。
She lets out a short giggle before taking my hand once more.
お前は確か
Maybe
に
it
考
could
え
be
が
argued
足
that
りなかったか
acted
もしれ
without
な
like
いけど、
considering what it was
でも
that you were
お
truly
前は
doing.
お前で
I can tell
十
that
分
you
に悩んで
struggled and repent.
苦しんだみたいじゃ
Repented
ないか。
enough at this point, so I won't hold it against you any longer.
それだけでもういいんだ。
Honestly, I felt like it's going to be more tense than this, but
あ、
I But I don't mind it that it went this way.
私は
I forgive you, Yuma.
お前を許すよ。
Okay. We did suffer quite a lot at this point, so... She has a point. I couldn't say anything more than that. Maybe a thank you would have been better. And it's not like we did it with actual the malicious intent behind it. We just simply forgot what it feels like to be a human and what is good or bad as well. Maybe thank you would have been better, but I was just too worried about it sounding insincere under these circumstances.
本当に誰もいないな。
There's no one anywhere. Sweeps your ears across the area. Yeah,
静かだ。
it's so quiet. In fact, it's almost eerie in a sense.
なんだか少し怖いくらいに。
I pick my ears. All I can hear is the wind and the waves. Listen together to the sounds of a nature in this world. What which no longer knows the sound of a laughter, sounds of a tears. Ah,
どうした？
what is it? There's a discarded bicycle over there by the backwater.
ああ、
Hey, you're
本
right.
当だな。
Who discarded probably isn't the
あれは
right
捨ててあ
word.
るっていうより
Someone
も
left it and then
誰かが
disappeared.
置いてそのままになってしまったって感じだな。ユーマ？
Yuma? What's in your mind?
何を考えてる？
I just remembered something I had always wanted to try. We're gonna take a ride with Shinku on the bike. Oh,
一度やってみたかったって二人乗りがか？
that's what you wanted to try. I like this CGI because in this one we have the phrase it always a cool thing when the main character has a face on the CGI. That's what you wanted to try. Shinku is straddling the luggage rack. the luggage rack. What the heck? On the bicycle, her hands on my shoulders. Yeah, the people riding the bike. This is just a picture of adolescence. It's like practically swimming to the world. Hey, look at us. We're happily in love and having the time of our lives.
なんだよそ
What
れ
kind
は。
of silly thing is that to say? She giggles. Plus, isn't it pretty much a common thing for character to do in anime, manga novels and the like? I feel like I have seen it before. Actually, in the second thought, maybe I heard about this from one of the souls who wound up in the library.
なるほど。だから一度やってみたかった？
Ah, so that's why you were so eager to give it a try for yourself? Pretty much.
目的地は？
Why we had it? No one in particular.
なんだよ。
I
何も考
see
え
us.
てなかったのか？
You're just enjoying the moment. Like, you didn't even plan this out or anything. Just wanted to ride a bike with you like this, that's all.
そうか。
Ah, well. Yes, we all just
それ
succeeded
な
in
ら
doing
もう
that
これで目
for the
的
most
達
part.
成か。
I was thinking we could do a lap around in the town or something.
坂道が
Are
多
you
いぞ。
sure? There are top steep roads. Yep. You barely weight anything, so we'll be fine. Shinku wraps her arms around my neck and holds me tightly. The handlebars wobble precariously and not a second later, I'm gonna fall.
ユーマ、
Yuma. Shinku whispers into my ear. Yeah?
飛ばせ。
Let's ride. Alright, let's go. I step on the pedal. The scenery flies by in a blur. The two of us do alone on the bike. The town is deserted. The world is ours and ours alone. With each location we pass, precious memories come flooding back. The happy times we shared. This beautiful, colorful world. All the tears. All the laughter. All the joy. Just wonderful days I spent with all of them. If only Shinku had been with us for each and every one of those moments, I begin to think then it would have been all the more sweet and blissful. Just it's been so while since the time I saw this CGI and 24 others that are showing right now. Yet what a long journey it was. I selfishly kept her to myself. I forced you to become invisible and untouchable. Forced you into the most lonely life imaginable. But I can attain it all now, and so very easily. The happiness of having everyone come together. If I choose to return and spend the days of my life with Shinku, then that can all be mine in an instant. We would all be able to attain that happiness, the fabricated happiness within the world of this book, but is it what we really want? Springtime. We would smile as we watched the cherry blossom bloom. Summertime. We would go to the beach and play to our heart's content. Autumn time. We would feast and fill our stomachs on an assortment of delicious food. Winter time. We would huddle under the kotatsu and laze around watching TV. I quite like the sound of all of that. Also, every now and then, Shinku and I would meet in the private and talk about all sorts of things together. I can see it now. How wonderful it would be. It would be pure happiness, enough to make me cry. But that's why, I know though, all those things are beyond our age. I can't have them. It's something that is never meant to be. I'll be fulfilling my own wish at the cost of everyone else, and I could never do something so heartless. I have to go and save the kids in the real world. Yo, that was a lot more fun than I expected. Glad to hear that. Even on out of the breath at all. You're pretty good shape, aren't you? Well, didn't I tell you? I'll be fine since you're as light as a feather. It was your body, don't mind that I made things either. I see. So, do you think you could have farmed up? You have farmed up the speed a bit more? Sure, if I wanted to. Alright, then let's go bike riding again sometime. Except this time much farther. The breeze felt so good. We head back to the room. So what shall we do now? You seem to have run out of ideas again. I'm sorry. Huh? I apologize now. I think I read somewhere that it's the man's responsibility to think up stuff to do during the date and make sure there's never any downtime. Oh, I can say I personally subscribe, except to that belief, but putting that aside, how exactly would you plan on making it up to me? She smiles at me mischievously. Let me think. I scanned the room. We could watch TV. Really? Watching TV on a date? Then again, I'm a bit curious about something. Since we are the only ones left in this world, do you suppose all the stations are down? That's an interesting question, like. Would be able to watch the TV in the first place? Well, do you still have electricity, apparently? Oh, we do? But how? Is it because of the wind turbines? Or is it because the world is fake? Man, I really wonder how it's been supplied. Was the power plant always unmanned? I mean, it's probably because the world is fake. Just meant to be the happy and colorful place to be. That's a good point, and it's definitely a more intriguing question than whether there is safety on TV or not. This world truly is full of mysteries, isn't it? We plop down in the front of the TV and turn it on. Nothing but static. Not that this comes to surprise. I checked this morning too, so I should have expected it. Oh hey, this looks interesting. She picks up a videotape of a film lying around. A videotape, a VHS. A VHS. Cassette, not a DVD. Actually, hold on a second. They have something like that in here. I can't for the life of me remember. Okay, so could it be what I think it is? Answer the description on the back of the box. It seems to be about a husband whose wife suffers from dementia. I just thought it was Suzu who left some weird stuff in our place, like. But I guess it's more wholesome thing. Because of that, he eats all it's out of the diet to him. A die. Sounds a little familiar, don't you think? But in this case, we are the wife with the dementia, like. Watching movies together is definitely something people do on a dates, isn't it? I think so. Keep in mind though, we have a little over 2 hours left. If you watch this movie, we'll use Apple or our remaining time. Yeah, that is true. Should cross your heart to one side, possibly. Could we watch a little bit at least? Just the beginning would be fine. Okay, if that's what you want. Insert it into the video cassette recorder. Something still feels weird. Alright. As if I myself wondering if I really had this in my room originally or not. Oh well, that hardly matters now, I suppose. Is that a plop back down on the bed? Shinku. What is that? Did you watch the movie? Huh? Oh yeah, I'm ready. I need short on the time though, so it will only be a small part of it. Alright, so I split my legs apart and apart the air in between. Sit here and we will watch together. You want me to? She bashfully averts her gaze. You can see the screen just fine where I am. What's so embarrassing about it? You used to sit on my lap all the time when I write in my diary. Except that it's not your lap. Besides, you always seemed to get a little annoyed when I did that. It wasn't you, Shinku. I was just in some mood about having to keep up my diary entries. I did like the writing in it. It was some conscious aversion. The reason I had that aversion is because I didn't want to complete the story, which caused me to give up on my love. Deep down, I didn't want to give up on Shinku. I didn't want to forget her, I just couldn't. Will you sit here, please? Fine, if you absolutely insist, then I will do it. She scoots over timidly and sits in front of me. I wrap my arms around her waist and embrace her from behind. Maybe we should have gotten some snacks from the store while we were out? She's grazing around restlessly. What for? Come on, don't you know? Always have something to snack on when you watch a movie. She then picks up the remote. The very least it would have
そういっ
helped
た
us at
も
the
のの気分だけ
motor.
でも味わいたいじゃないか。
Fingers pressed down on the play button. The film begins. It's as a mature film, for the lack of a better word. Wait, no. It's Suzu's doing. Like, no way it's not a Suzu's doing now. You both become frozen still, wow. I thought that my grip around Shinku's waist. Shinku's eyes flicker back and forth from the back of the box to the TV screen. This waist. Why? Not look, Yuma. You rot your brain. We have a brain rot on TV. Devil TV is just melting our brain with some perverted things on the screen. Ah! She's giving us bonk. Shinku suddenly jerks upward in my arms, questioning how to smack it to my nose. This is impossible. This absolutely. She grabs the remote and switches off the TV.
一体いつ手に入れたんだよお前は。
When did you get your hands on this perverted film? Not to mention you hid it from me using a different movie box. Wait, don't jump to the conclusions. Don't even remember buying anything like that. Be quiet, you.
じゃあこれは一体
You didn't buy it when. Why is it here? You know full well how much I hate perverted things like this. Bonk. Shinku throws the VHS case with your hand onto the floor. She asks for flailing around in my arms. Something doesn't quite feel right. I immediately pull out Soul's book and check at its contents. Oh, well, that explains everything. I have my answer. Damn Dexter, told ya. Like I knew that Suzu would go out with the bank. Or at least with the explosive joke, Okay, hold on. Hi, Yuma.
ローマ
The handwriting on the page I open is also familiar.
慌てるユウ君
We'll
の
give
顔を
anything
想
to
像す
see.
るだけで
Look on your
それ
screen
を
face
おかずに
when
ご
he
飯を
rises
おかわり
into
と
his
会
full
話
panic
全然
mode.
余裕
This is Suzu's final prank, it seems. I can only laugh.
どうしたんだ
What's the
何
matter?
が書いてあったんだ
What does the book say? Shinku concerned, tries to turn around to look at my face, but I hold her tightly to my chest and close my eyes. Oh, Suzu-san, you really were a piece of work. But you know what? Truly and honestly, I loved you.
ユウマ
Yuma? Shinku, there is something I want to talk to you about.
聞いてほし
Okay,
いこと
so I have a confession to make. You don't need to say anything, just listen.
分かった
Alright. She nods after thanking her, I continue. When Susan was younger, I called her to the library. Once there, we joined together and created a pact so that I could be set free from that place. Assuming you were listening when Susan read my memories, though, you should already know about that.
あ
I do. So about the doorbell that I gave to Susan at that time, it served the purpose of locking me away from that place, so I had her remove it and take it somewhere far, far away.
あそうみ
Alright,
たいだな
so I heard. My mind was too preoccupied with seeing you to think about anything else. It was a major blunder on my part.
どういうことだそれは
What do you mean by that? The doorbell wasn't only in the place to trap me in there. It also functioned as a means to keep other people out. That place rules over a multitude of different worlds, and there are those out there who sought after the mysterious power dwelling within it, hoping it would make them all powerful. Verbal prevented those seconds from intruding.
魔除けみ
So
た
it
い
was
な
something
もの
like a talisman? Yeah, you have the right idea. If I handed the doorbell over to the witch and left the library behind me, then those wild power-hungry creatures would rush in there in droves and wreak havoc. Just as one example, we could whisk away every last... which literally happened. Whisk away every last innocent person from the world. It's easy to imagine what caused the anomaly, which destroyed the world you and I lived in. It was probably one of those intruders with ill intentions. At the time I was well aware of the risk, yet I didn't tell the witch a single thing. I simply had to remove the doorbell and then abandon the library and departed. That's the scene I will carry with me for the rest of my life. I saw some to accomplish my own selfish desire. I knew she had loved someone who was taken to the library, and I knew how badly she wanted him back. So I knew I would have a little trouble getting her to cooperate with me. Just couldn't I contain my desire to break out of that place and meet you as soon as I could. I was a truly awful person. Back then I was naive and ignorant to the ways of the world, but that isn't any excuse for the pain my actions have caused. By no means. I had no right to pursue my own wishes and desires. Let's experience what it's like to fall in love. That was what you said to me back when we first met here.
あ
Alright.
あ私にで
I
きな
want
か
you
った
to experience
ことの
the one
一つ
thing I
を
was never able to.
君に代わ
I
り
believe
に
that
叶
was how I
えても
put
らう
it.
そ
I
ん
know
なこ
though.
とを言ったな
When love was never your wish, it was mine. You were merely trying to help me achieve that.
そうだな
Yeah, I suppose that's one way to put
そういう
it.
ことになるのかもな
So why were you dishonest with me back then? You purposely made it sound as though it was your wish.
嘘はついてない私にできなかったことの一つそれはユーマを含め
I
る
never
あな
lied
た
to
たち
you.
の
It
願
was
いを
the one thing I was never able to do. In other words, fulfilling the wishes of all my students you included. I can't help but feel that she's just playing with the semantics.
それに
Also, at the
あ
time, I
の
had
時
no
の
recollection
私
of
にも
anything
記憶は
either.
なかった
It wasn't as bad as
You are
in your
not
case, but my memories were fuzzy.
I know
That was much
それ
was
は
true.
嘘じゃないだからユーマ
So I
に
generally thought it
恋を
was
させることが
my
私
role to
の
help
役
you
目
fall
だ
in
と
love.
そう思っ
Remember
て
how I
いた
said
んだ
that it was no more than an instruction
だ
manual?
ろ説明
At
書
the time, that was
あの時の
all I
私
was,
には
instruction
そ
manual
れ
and
は
nothing
自分
more.
に対する事実だったその後に夏目鈴と会って
After that, I met Natsume Suzu and we discussed various different things.
自分が何者で何のためにここにいて
I learned who I
ユーマ
was
に
and
何ができ
what
る
I was
存
doing
在
here,
なの
as
か
well
って
as
こ
how
と
I
を知
could
ったん
help
だ
you.
そして二人で
Eventually
決
we
めた
came to a decision.
この先もしもユ
Should
ー
the
マ
time
が
ever
私を
come
忘れ
when
てし
you
まう
fully
ような
forget
ことがあっ
about
た
me?
なら
That was when we would take
その時は
action.
私たちが動き出そうってねユーマ
I
怒ってるか
upset that she and I did
私
that
と
to
夏
you?
目鈴がお前にしたこと
No, I'm not. It was my punishment for attempting to wipe you from my memory without telling you or anyone else. Honest to goodness, I'm grateful that you did it. However, please tell me one more thing. Is it time to fulfill my wish? My wish to fall in love. Is that why you went through all the effort to get me to remember you again? Because if you are,
大好きだ
I love you.
大好きだぞ
I love you, Yuma.
ユーマ
These words alone are all I need. I wish I had on you as a human for just one person to tell me that they loved me. Finally had gotten that. It's too late and nowhere near adequate enough. But that's exactly why I'm content. Shinku. We exchanged a promise to find love together, but this love is fake. It's not real.
違う
It is.
今は
Well,
違わ
maybe
な
not
いかも
here
し
and
れ
now,
ない
but
けれ
it's
ど
still true.
違うんだそれを本物
The
に
choice
してい
today
く
has
ため
meaning
に
precisely because you
今
have
日の選
a
択
chance
が
to
意味
turn
をな
it
すん
into
だ
something that's real.
そうだろ
Don't you see?
明日
You foster
そ
these
して
feelings
また
day by
次
day,
の明日
and
へ
eventually
思い
they
を
will
つ
grow
ないで
closer and closer to
本
genuine
物に
love.
近づけていくんだ毎日一緒に書いてい
But
た日記が
we don't have
この世界を聖書し
the
完
privilege
成
of the
させ
time.
ていくものであった
The same
ように
principle as how we wrote it in the diary together. Through that, we brought this world closer and closer to completion.
これからの一
We have
日
to
一
treasure
日
these
を大
feelings
切
every
に
single
重
day
ね
if
て
we
いって
want them someday transform into love that is true.
私たちの気持ちも本物にさせていくんだ。
That doesn't make any sense though.
変じゃない。
It does, that's the conclusion I have reached.
大切な人
You
と一
spend
緒
a
に
quality, meaningful
一つ一つ丁
time
寧
with
に
someone
時
who is
間を過ご
important
し
to
て
you
い
day
れば
after day. And eventually
愛
feelings
する
of
気
love
持ちは
will
気づ
blossom
けば自然と
naturally.
そこにあるものなのかもしれない。それが難
After
解に
silently
過ぎない
unravel the mystery of love for
恋
so
す
long,
ることへ
I
の
finally found my answer.
私なりの回答だ。私は
I'm going to fall in love with
ユー
you,
マと恋し
fulfill
て
my vision, go to the library and then save all my precious children.
あの場所へ行く。そしてあの子たちを助けるんだ。
I knew it. I knew that she's going to say this, like, that she is gonna be the one who's gonna go to the library and not us.
私は夏目
Another
鈴
person
から
told
聞
me
いたん
that
だ。
in order to reach that place, you must fulfill their soul's promise.
魂の約束を叶えなければいけない。
Or
それがあの場所へ
But
行く
she
ための
lied,
方法なんだって。だから
so if I want to save all those children
私たちは
trapped there,
あの
you
場所
have
で
to
待
fall in
つあ
love
の
with
子
me
たち
so
を
that you
助
can
けるた
fulfill
め
your
に。
wish for fulfilling mine.
そうだ。
Alright. That is even true love. I just can't see it as such. It's illusion just like the cake Susan pulled out of that book.
ユーマ、
You might love you and I mean it.
私
This
は
is
お
not
前
only
が
just
大
about
好きだ。
fulfilling your wish.
嘘じゃない。
This was
お前
Shinkulin's
の
barking
願いを
against
叶え
me.
るってことだけが理由じゃない。私はエ
I
ッ
hate
チなことは。
anything and everything perverted. Alright.
でも
If it's necessary for us to experience love
恋
though,
することに必要だって私はユ
I
ー
don't
マ
think
と
that I would be against doing the same thing with you. Just the,
今見た
just those
ビデ
people
オ
were
みた
doing
い
in
な
the
ことを
movie.
するのも悪くはどうして黙
Why
る
aren't
ん
you
だよ。
saying anything?
付き合う
I'm
者同士
perfectly
は
aware
ああ
that
いうことをするもの
couples
だ
are
って知っ
supposed
て
to
る。
do stuff like that.
それも一つ
It's a way to
の
express
恋
your
の
love
形だ。
for one another.
自分の遺伝子
I'm
を
not
後世
proposing
に
to
伝え
engage in
る
the
ため
kind
だ
of
けの
soulless,
恋の動
loveless
機づけ
act
だ
that
とか
for the sole
そんな
purpose of
情緒のないこと
preserving
を言い
one's
たいわけじゃな
bloodline.
くて
That's one way to put it. I know. I know. I hear you, Shinku. I tighten my hold on her stomach. I hear you loud and clear. Huh? Why is her squeeze shut as she's trembling? Please, Yuma. Don't do anything too scary to me.
お願いだから
I won't. She's willing to go
怖い
go
こと
to
は
the
しない
lengths
で
in order
く
to
れ
help
よ。
me fulfill my wish. Fills me with such an indescribable
もう
sadness.
一つだけお願いだ。
Also, one more thing. If you're going to do
エッチ
something
なこと
sexual,
を
then
するんなら
I need you to first tell me that you love me. Otherwise, I will, the rest it would be weird.
私を好きだって言ってくれよ。もう
Yuma, why are you crying? This isn't
して
real.
泣くんだよ。
I can't live within the world that is fake. Before someone throw a tantrum and tell her I refuse to say it. Still, I just can't tell her all this through love. I've learned a great deal from all the books Susan suggested that I read in her room, which is why I can tell. This isn't love. You don't have to. I'll Shinku's body slightly a second from behind. I'll be happy enough. As soon as I can just hold you like this until our time is up. I don't need anything more.
ユーマ、
Yuma. This feeling is so fake and feeble. The two of us mustn't fall in love.
ユーマ、
Please, Yuma, say that you love me. I love
私
you
を
so
好きだと
much.
言ってくれよ。エッチなこと
Well,
を
I
す
admit
るの
that
は
it
ま
might
だ
be
早
too
かっ
soon
た
for
か
us
も
to
し
do
れないけ
sexual
ど、
things, but we can at least kiss. I won't be scared
キ
of.
スくらいなら
And
私だ
I
って怖くは。
have to fall in love. Yes, that's right.
あ
That's our duty. However, if Shinku learns the truth that we have no need to fall in love, then what then? Why did Susan keep this from her?
ユーマ、
Yuma? Like I said, Shinku, I'm fine with just this. I shut my eyelids. Even if I don't have the time to fall asleep and dream right now, really I'm happy from the bottom of my heart. And we have a transition going. And I think that's the right place to stop for this time, and get to you the next time. And the next time might be the final episode for this series, so right before the final one. At least I have the feeling that we are nearing the end. But anyway, thanks everyone for watching this, and see you the next time, and stay tuned in for the conclusion of the story. And ciao.